Hi friends! Welcome to the official Crybaby Games YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Taylor and I'm the founder of Crybaby Games. So I wanted our first YouTube video to be a little special, so I decided to take you guys with me on a little adventure to Savannah, Georgia for some field research. On Friday evening, we headed out to stay with a friend that lives about 50-ish minutes away from Savannah. And despite my best intentions, we ended up waking up a little later than I would have liked to, but we still made pretty great time and made it to River Street before noon. We were able to find parking close to River Street relatively easy and made our way to our first stop, somewhere to eat. While we were walking to Boar's Head Tavern, I noticed a sign that read Oddities Museum on the backside of this little alleyway that we were walking through, and I immediately knew where we were heading after our meal. Our food was pretty good, and I even had a peach mimosa with lunch because why not? After we wrapped things up there, I was on a mission to find that museum. So we ended up making our way to the Graveface Museum, where we were greeted by the most friendly and knowledgeable staff. One ticket was $25, or for $50, you could get a ticket, t-shirt, tote bag, and a sticker or a patch. And of course, I had to go with the $50 package. I, of course, went with the Mothman t-shirt and got this cool little Keep Savannah Creepy sticker, and the tote bag, it's actually being occupied right now. It's downstairs. Now, before we get more into the museum, I do just want to put a disclaimer out there that this is a horror museum. So some images and videos may be disturbing. This being said, some visuals have been censored for the sake of social media. And this video is meant for educational purposes only. Okay guys, let's get into it. Please keep in mind that I highly recommend going and visiting this museum for yourself. And the last thing I want to do is overshare, even though I can never compare to those tour guides. So the first areas that you're going to walk into are the gift shop and the roadside attraction exhibit. Around the corner, you will find an exhibit that is dedicated to the Heaven's Gate cult. This was a religious cult that was led by Marshall Applewhite and unfortunately led to a mass unaliving of 39 of its members in 1997. And if you think this exhibit is impressive, just wait until you see the rest. And just beyond the cult exhibit, you will find the Anton LaVey exhibit. This was a pretty decent sized room with tons of information on both Anton LaVey as well as the occult. If this specific exhibit doesn't necessarily attract you, there is free pinball and a haunted dancing clown on the other side of this specific exhibit. There are more pinball machines than what are being shown here. However, they did have someone that was in working on them, and I didn't want to get in his way. Once you have finished the first half of the museum, you go back through the gift shop to complete the second half of the museum. These are just some random oddities that I found and liked while I was waiting for the second half of the tour to begin. And next up was the Ed Gein exhibit. I thought this exhibit was incredibly well done. Our tour guide was extremely knowledgeable. However, the downstairs is pretty gruesome and gnarly, so I did have to censor that part. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was done? No, after that, they have a Jeffrey Dahmer exhibit and a Charles Manson exhibit. I thought Manson's dolls were pretty interesting, to say the least. And I had to save the best for last. My favorite part of the entire museum was the John Wayne Gacy art exhibit. I found this so hard to wrap my head around. There were so many Disney related paintings and so many Seven Dwarf paintings, but yet there were also just these eerie, dark paintings, and they were coexisting in the same room and knowing that they all came from the same, quote unquote artist. I don't know, it just makes you think. After the museum, we decided to take a look around the shops where I ended up getting some cool fossils, drinks at Fat Tuesday, and chilled next to the outdoor market for a little bit so we could finish our adult slushies and enjoy the scenery. We watched the iconic Georgia Queen drive by. Then we checked out the outdoor market we were sitting next to, and I bought this really cool whale vertebrae from one of the vendors before walking to some more shops. And I made sure to pop into the world famous Savannah candy We shop. Popped in and out of a few more shops, and I ended up getting this super cute Karomi loungefly bag for only $48. And I also ended up finding some additional inspiration to incorporate either into our current project or a future project. I had heard of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil previously, wasn't overly familiarized with it. However, when I came across this bird girl statue in one of the shops that we stopped by, I was extremely fascinated by it and hope to draw some inspiration from this in the future. Before leaving River Street, we caught this massive cargo ship coming in, then caught up with some friends at a nearby bar. I mean, seriously, is that not just crazy? I mean, just look at all of those containers. The front half of it is gone now. And once I was done nerding out over the big boat, we were able to meet up with our friends. This is the Greek food tent that we stopped at with our friends, and that food was absolutely incredible. I'm hoping to be able to go on more trips like this because I came across some really interesting topics, ideas, and legends that I really want to share with you guys. So if you like what you've seen so far, please consider giving us a like and a follow. Find us on other social media platforms, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care.